Hi everyone. Today I feel kind of drawn to make this video. I were going to do it as a live on Facebook, but with my first video being made exactly 12 months to the day, probably around the same time as well, I felt like I wanted to do it on here. For anyone who watched my first video of myself, when I was suffering quite bad with anxiety and low confidence and things like that. So it was a major deal for me to actually put myself out there making that YouTube video. Sorry about that, I'm using my phone at the minute. Basically, I just felt like I wanted to give a bit of an update. So my first video was made on my dad's anniversary, which is today, 1st of the 11th, and it's here, like he was in my first ever video. It's here still with me. It's his 24th anniversary today. So 1st of the 11th is a major day for me. When I was 16, it like changed my life, you know. It's the past 12 months I've noticed. Well, actually what happened was a couple of days ago I was going back through my videos, and I do apologise, I have missed loads of months. I've had so much going on in the last 12 months. The last like 12 years really, but the last 2 years have been quite hard, mentally and physically, and with things that have been going on. But the past 12 months has been a major, I'd say, awakening. I look back at that video, and the person on that video I didn't even recognise, and it kind of hit me in the face, like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, Lindsay, how far have you come in 12 months? And it's the things I've dealt with, you know. I won't go too much into detail. What's been going on in the past 2 years, but let's say I kind of put it out there. I wanted to sort it out, and the universe threw everything at me from my past. I have got a very, let's say, colourful past. I've been through a lot. And I actually thought I'd healed, and I hadn't. I was still in victim mentality, even though I thought I was a survivor. I weren't. And the last 12 months is... Now I am in survivor. I am a survivor. I don't really remember my childhood. I've got blocks on that. I have taken a massive leap. So in 5 days, I actually start my own therapy to deal with the past. The things that trigger me, the things that have triggered me and things. And the thing I found really strange is I've gone to men for healing, which is really strange, because throughout my life it's been men that have caused my pain, really. Rape, domestic violence, emotional abuse, financial abuse, narcissism. And in the last few months, I've actually reached out. I've reached out for help from these people. I've been drawn to these people. I kept seeing a man's name all over for Reiki. I'd tried Reiki from females, not really got much off it. And I messaged this guy, Scott, and went to see him, and blew my mind. Literally blew my mind. I actually met a divine masculine, which totally changed my thought concepts on men. After meeting him, I think it took me about 4 days I must have been like literally sat there like in a blank. You know, it totally opened my eyes. That there is males out there who share the same thoughts and, you know, beliefs as myself. True beliefs, do you know what I mean? I can read energy so well, and it's so authentic. And he's really helped me spiritually, my chakras, and more than that, you know, just the conversations about my thoughts and things like that. Then recently I reached out to a man who a lot of people seem to be talking about at the time, and I reached out to him. He's a therapist, he does hypnotherapy and things. He's called Nico, and we haven't even started yet, and he's put so much effort into, you know, phone calls, messages, so much support even before we've started. You know, he's a divine masculine. He is a divine masculine. I could tell that just by the thought. I think we were on the phone for like an hour and a half, and it just floored. It literally just floored. I do think that this is going to be a life changer, what I do with him. And then I also reached out because I do hold a lot of anger and rage towards men. I am very defensive. I don't show my legs. I've never always worn pants and stuff like that. Never worn dresses or anything like that. Not since I was around 15 when that happened. But it's just, I felt like, I don't know, I've always felt on defence, like I'm not scared of anyone physically. After the domestic violence, it kind of changed me. I weren't scared of anyone. And then recently I started thinking, like, I don't want, you know, I need to be able to feel safe, because I'm obviously feeling defensive for a reason. I obviously don't feel safe. And I've always thought about myself as feeling safe, that I'm safe, because I'm not scared. Where deep down I am scared, because I'm still carrying that defensiveness. Otherwise I won't be. You know, like going out when it's dark and things like that. So I reached out to, well, I put it on Facebook, and one of my friends, also a male, Mick, is trained in MMA and things like that. And that opened up a massive thing. All I wanted was to find someone who actually taught self-defense techniques, where if something did happen to me, I could use these techniques to get away, so I'd feel safe. You know, if someone came from me behind and things like that. And that opened up a massive, like, Pandora's box, seriously. Well, I won't say Pandora's box, because that's the negatives, but after I wrote that post, I must have received about 40 messages of women who've been through similar situations and things like that, and they were all crying out for the same help, which then made me more adamant on helping these women. And men, but that's the other thing. I want men to step forward if they feel like that, you know. But now Mickey's now speaking to people who run gyms and things like that to find out about insurance and stuff, and about starting to run classes for these women, which I think is absolutely mind-blowing. It's amazing. You know, just from one status, it can on Facebook, it can help so many other people. Yeah, it's just like, my life was like literally transformed. I will admit, I were being attacked by people outside for different reasons, which were, you know, it was really getting me down, my anxiety, my depression. And watching back that video, I could feel it, I could see it, and I was putting a brave face on. Whereas now I don't feel like I am. I feel like I know I've got healing to do, and I hold my hands up. I know I've got healing to do. but my life has changed so dramatically in 12 months. In 12 months, yeah, it is. It's in 12 months, because looking back at that video, that is, I was like a shell. Like, and Nico said to me on the phone, which totally made sense, the reason I do what I do with my readings and things like that, because I usually work in the local area. It's only recently I've reached out. Well, I've gone more further afield. I work through my pain. So my pain from my past is what kind of fuels me. And in my head, it's like I have this vision. So with the victim mentality, then we have survivor. I don't want to be a survivor anymore. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to be surviving anymore. I want to be the warrior. I'm a Life Path 11. I know I'm here to spiritually illuminate people. The things that have happened to me, I know that have happened to me for a reason, because I've had to learn the lessons so then I can go and deliver the message to other men and women who have been in those situations. Because let's not forget, these men out there who are being abused financially, physically. It's not just women. It's not just women. And that's a major thing that I've learned over the past 2 years as well. I've read for so many men that have been in abusive relationships and things like that. And, it is not just women. I know most, I'd say like probably 70% is women, but I think it's harder for men to speak about. And I really want to embrace that fact that men can step forward and stand in their truth and, basically admit to themselves that they've been in abusive situations and things like that. But it's totally opened my eyes. It's all opened my eyes. I meditated and I kind of got the message. I was looking for healing in all the wrong places, and I kept going to females for healing. And it was like, I kind of just like sacrificed it. Me and my partner, we ended up splitting up. That was devastating. We're working back at it again now. We were both going through our own issues, and it was just like, I just put it out to the universe, like, what do I do? What do I do? And like, the synchronicities were absolutely crazy, like seriously crazy, especially as Scott and Nico came in. It was just crazy. They just started appearing everywhere. I'd never really, I had heard of them in conversation, but they just started appearing everywhere. The names, everything. It was really mental. And like, it totally opened my eyes to the fact that I wasn't as strong. Everyone always says, "Oh, Lindsay, you're so strong, you're so empowering, you're so, and I'm not. I do feel stronger now. I wasn't back then when people said these things. I survived them, but they're still here. Like, I kind of call it the bank vault, It's time for my bank vault to be emptied. And that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm striving for now. So then I can take my story out there and speak about it more in depth without having to feel it while I'm speaking it. Because even while I'm speaking about it now, I am kind of feeling it, but it doesn't affect me in the same way as it did 12 months ago. And when I look back at that video that I made 12 months ago, I was looking at my lips. They were like quivering. I just saw a shell. Like, I saw the fear. I saw all the old memories. I saw the emotions I was carrying at the time. And 12 months on, I can literally say, like, it's my dad's anniversary, and I feel like throwing him a party. I know he's around me, and I know he is. I had a dream a few weeks ago where he actually, like, hugged me in person. I felt him around me and stuff, but this was the first ever time I've actually touched him. I could touch him, I could feel him, and it was absolutely amazing. The people, the toxic people that were in my life, at that time. They've all just like dwindled away, disappeared, like vanished. I don't bump into them, I don't see them, I don't hear anything from them. It's like all the emotional vampires that I'd attracted have just literally like dwindled away, and all my soul family have come in. It's amazing. I've got such a strong network of people who I can be so open with about my feelings. I've got people I can ring. It's not just all in here anymore. I'm not juggling my 3D life and my 5D life. I'm just being me. This is me. I'm forever singing that song from that film. I can't remember what film it's gone now. It's gone out my head. That this is me. And this is me. This is me, the wounded warrior. That's what I want to. Yeah, actually, that's what I'm calling myself from now on, the wounded warrior. Yeah, and then hopefully after my therapy, we'll be getting rid of the wounded, and it'll just be warrior mode. But I just wanted to thank everyone for the support in the last 12 months. I have been talking more openly, and everyone's been so supportive and so helpful, and like clients have turned into true friends, and they even make sure I'm okay, and it's like I've made friendships, like true friendships that it's mad. And I still have my old friends who are the true friends, and I have found the ones that weren't true friends have just dwindled away, the ones that I used like drink with and things like that, but I still have my true friends from back then as well. They've stayed, but everything seems to be getting better, let's say that. Yeah, I feel like I'm on a new spiritual journey, and to say Mercury's gone into retrograde, I'm feeling really good. Well, I'm a double Gemini, born on a full moon, so Mercury is my ruling planet as well. So, but I don't know. A few weeks ago, I had this like kind of a bit of a breakdown, and I actually spoke to one of my clients, Katie, and she's very inspiring. She's going through her own journey, and I broke down. I told her everything, it was just, and I couldn't believe it, and I kept apologising for what I'd said. I just couldn't believe that I was just spouting it all out. And Katie happens to work with Nico. She happens to be, Nico's done work with Katie. And, she's learnt so much, and she actually lifted me up that night. And when I wrote on phone to Nico, we were talking about these times when we feel like we have these breakdowns, and it's like we both agreed just at the time where the breakdown hits, that's when the breakthrough comes through. And I feel like I'm in that energy. I haven't even started my therapy yet, and I feel like I'm having healing everywhere, financially, emotionally, physically. I feel physically good. Like last year I was manifesting, it was coming out in physical symptoms. I had migraines, I couldn't move my neck, I was being tested for cancer, ovarian cancer, endometriosis, anything around the sacral chakra area, cameras all over the place, and they couldn't find anything. I had like 6 months of bleeding, and they must have thought I was off my head, because I was laid on that bed going, oh, it's all right, it's just my sacral chakra cleansing. They couldn't find nothing, and I knew I was right. I knew there was nothing wrong with me down there. I'm going to admit my 3D self were a bit worried, but I knew, like, I just knew without knowing there was nothing wrong. There was a reason why I was bleeding so much, and because I was getting rid of all, well, I was starting to, that was the start of my sacral chakra cleansing, generational karma and ancestral karma, and the things that had happened in my past, especially regarding my sacral chakra, dealing with relationships, sexual organs, and, creativity and things like that. It was just cleansing. And yeah, I just wanted to do an update, as in to say, like, 12 months. I am going to do one again in 12 months. But this is my update for YouTube. And yeah, this is me. And life is feeling good. I'm excited for. I'm actually really excited to start therapy. I'm actually excited to start releasing, and I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm up for it. I'm ready for it. So I'm really excited. So I just wanted to update you all. So if you want to go and look back at my very first video compared to this one, I hope you see the change in me that I see in myself as well, and I hope it empowers others to step out and reach out for the help. Try not to deal with it all yourself, because that's what I'd been doing for years. I reached out, and it's good. Teamwork. That's actually what Mick wrote on my status. Teamwork makes the dream work. See, I pick up every little thing that someone says to me. That means something. It sticks in my head. Literally sticks in my head. But yeah, I just wanted to give everyone an update, and I wanted to thank everybody for the support, especially people that I know personally, I've spoken to or I've done readings for, even online or in person. You've all supported me as well. I learn something from every single reading that I do. I take away a lesson from your own experiences in your life. I'm constantly learning. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you, and I don't know, I want to say thank you to the universe for bringing people in who can help me go from that person. That person in that video is not me. Not me at all. So I'm happy. So there's my update. So I hope you're all well. And I'm sending out lots of love and healing and high vibrations to you all. Blessed be. Love you all. Bye.